There we go.
We're live now.
We're live now, Frankie.
I was just wondering.
You can't go back now.
So we mentioned on the last podcast that we haven't had a guest this season, and so I just made a phone call to my neighbor.
Hey, there you go.
He didn't have a real job. He does marijuana grow inspections, and let's be honest, Frankie, most of those people ain't up till after 5 p.m.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Actually, man, you know, I got a lot more than that, but I appreciate you just getting like 10% of my income in there as my main source. Appreciate that.
It's the part that's
it's interesting.
It's the most interesting part of your income because
yes.
the rest of it's pretty boring because you do just financial stuff.
That's right. That's right.
You know. But anyway, this was my neighbor. This is Frankie. Frankie Daniel, the second.
The second. So you're not a junior?
No, I'm a second.
You're a second.
I'm a second.
You're a second, not a junior.
Just like my son's a third.
Okay. So, but what is the difference between a second and a third?
Here we
or
go.
Second
again.
and a second and a junior.
Hey, did you know that that you, if you get electrocuted, you don't live? Like if somebody gets shocked, that there's a difference between being shocked and electrocuted.
Well, okay, what's this have to do with second and third?
It has nothing to do with second and third.
It has to do with the distinguish. I know the difference between second and third, but I didn't know there was a difference between junior and second.
I mean, it not really. It's just usually it's the initials at the end of your name.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a fourth.
Okay, well.
So I get it.
Right, but I was never a junior. I was never a second.
I love pointing this out.
There you go.
Adam's real name is Hurls.
No, it's no S.
Hurl. It's Hurl. But
Yeah.
he's in the line of Hurls. His real name is Hearl. Hurl.
Yeah. It's a good one.
That is a good one.
Super unfortunate.
It's super unfortunate. Good family name.
I don't know if it's unfortunate. It sounds like somebody's jealous.
It sounds like somebody's jealous.
Okay.
I mean,
do tell, Frankie.
I mean, because you probably had to spend more time learning how to spell your last name than Clay.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Carter.
No. Hurl's the first name.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's the first name.
His first name is Earl.
Like Earl with an H?
Like Earl with an H, yes.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Is it, Frankie?
Is it
See?
really
See,
is?
it's very cool. Thank you, Frankie, up top, buddy.
Okay,
There we go. Yeah.
Got you.
There we go.
I'm glad you didn't even have the camera on that.
That's fine. They didn't need to see it. They heard it. That was for the people that were listening.
Super Caucasian.
Can you hand me my caffeine?
Let me do you a favor.
Thank you. That's a good one.
Little sugar-free Red Bull for you, Adam.
That's good. We needed it today.
It's in the afternoon, and I guess this would be a good time to mention that this podcast is brought to you by Deer Camp Coffee.
Which I also have.
Which you do have. You
doubling up here.
And you were talking about how great that thermos is because you poured that this morning, and
it's still there.
It's still there.
Still hot.
Yeah.
Still hot and ready to go.
But Deer Camp Coffee, makers of the wonderful Final Descent Outdoors blend, which is actually really good. We don't just say it because they pay us. It's actually really good.
It actually is really good.
No, it's good coffee. You a coffee drinker?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of caffeine.
Yes, you do, Frankie. You are a Mountain Dew man.
I am. And I quit drinking Monster for a while, but I started back up for, last week or a couple
Well,
weeks
it kind of
ago.
goes with the territory of that part-time gig you got going.
No, that's during the day. So I got to stay up all night to actually get other work done.
Frankie, you keep weird hours.
I do keep weird hours, but so do you.
I don't keep weird hours.
Oh, bro, we've been in here at like 2, 3 in the morning before.
The only reason I was because you were here.
No, whatever.
It didn't happen because it wasn't just his normal thing.
No. It's not normal for me. That's normal for you.
It is normal for me.
But it's not normal for me, and I was just participating in your unnormalness.
Well, except for those 6:45 a.m. baseball practices that I have to
That's true.
these
That's
days.
true. That's true. You do. I'm wearing an OCA Eagles, Oklahoma Christian Academy. It's where my oldest son and Frankie's kids have gone to school. Anyway, but you are the junior high baseball coach. So throw that into the mix of.
Yep.
I do weed inspection. I coach junior high kids.
But never mind.
Probably
it is your podcast,
probably,
so I'd probably get edited out.
Probably
so.
a good choice there.
That's the thing is Brad doesn't edit these, so whatever you say stays in.
No, bro, I don't cut nothing.
No, don't cut nothing.
You're rocking the baby blues. The baby blues are not working, but you're wearing them because it's iconic.
I make them look good.
Yeah, I felt bad. I took the junkie mic for you because you'll notice that if I do this, mean, you can't hear it, but Brad can hear all the fun that happens when you.
You know what? And it's not that we're poor.
This mic.
It's that when we're done with today's podcast, we just don't remember to order a new microphone.
Yeah.
You know, you got a phone.
We should get one more of these to like complete the whole thing.
No, we totally should.
We should.
Don't they sell these at Best Buy?
We don't buy stuff from Best Buy.
No,
okay,
it's expensive.
Yeah,
it is expensive.
You got to go. You got to go the Amazon route.
Yeah,
I do that too.
You got to go the Amazon route.
Ship it straight to the house.
Don't got to leave.
Hey, Best Buy will ship it actually just as fast.
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel right.
Okay. But Frankie, you're a hunter.
Yep.
Your family hunts in northeast Oklahoma.
Correct.
Up by Bartlesville area, kind of up in that,
north
direction.
North of Pawhuska.
Yeah, north of Pawhuska. Home of the Drummond.
That's right.
Drummond Ranch, the Pioneer Woman, which we talked about. We actually mentioned that in the last podcast.
Last podcast.
But Frankie, you let's talk about when I moved into the neighborhood.
Man, you always tell the story, and I feel like you exaggerate a little bit of the story.
That is not true.
I think it is.
It's not true.
I think it is.
You've come over and introduced yourself, and you
like a good neighbor,
and you saw
State Farm is there.
You saw the Final Descent Outdoors truck.
I did.
And you're like, okay. Well, to walk me through that process.
Okay, right.
So as a hunter, you see.
I see that. Okay, so when I first met you, you said you had a hunting show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you. I was like, every idiot with a video camera has a hunting show.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought you were just one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But then you showed up. but then, I mean,
had we moved in? I don't.
No. We hadn't moved in at that point.
Okay.
But
this
then
was
I did
us
see
looking at the house. Like
right.
The process was happening.
Right, exactly.
We hadn't moved in. Okay,
exactly.
I needed you to refresh me too because I didn't.
Yeah,
remember.
that's how that happened.
Okay.
So then I did see the final truck or the Final Descent truck, and in all fairness, I had seen it around town a time or two, but I had no idea what it was.
Okay.
That guy that's cut me off so many times.
Exactly.
He's my neighbor.
Yeah,
I've been tweeted to, man. People have tweeted to me about me cutting them off in traffic. So
I mean, I've ridden with you. I can see.
So
anyways, so
I'm not great. I mean, I just don't do well in traffic. A 3/4 ton lifted diesel, I don't do well in it.
Well, anyway. I mean, that's why I drive one too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's just not lifted. I just got more tires than you, and that's about it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so all right. So you moved in, and you're like, or we introduced ourselves. You were doing your thing, and you said that you had a hunting show. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then, but you showed up with the Final Descent truck, and then I actually looked it up. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe there's some legitimacy.
It's kind of a nice website
to this situation. Yeah, I mean, Adam did a great job with it. So
game recognized game, Frankie.
That's right. So I mean, I used to do web design back in the day.
Back in the day.
We
We don't talk about websites right now. I'm still in the pit of website building at the moment.
So anyway, so like really, it was cool. And then the story you like to tell is you were moving in
because we moved into the house in between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, like it was cold.
We literally did Christmas dinner on a cardboard box at my house because I had packed our dining room table.
I think, yeah.
And so but not here, but at our old house.
Right,
we literally ate dinner sitting around a box.
Because did you move in before New Year's?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so we moved in like the 27th or 28th.
Yeah, because you had like people here helping you and
not many.
No, but you had people kind of
I don't have that many friends.
He doesn't.
Adam wasn't here.
Yeah.
What? He'd have charged me to help me move.
We're back.
He would have charged me. But yeah, bro, I can come do it. Probably, I'm day rating about $700 a day. I'll cut you a friend deal. Do it for $550.
That's right.
Yep. You got to know your value.
That's kind of where Adam stands on stuff. But anyway, I did have some people help moved in on certain things. But then people were kind of volunteering, coming and going, helping. And you and my neighbor next door, Darren.
Yeah.
We have a large U-Haul, big U-Haul, like big dude.
Yeah, it was.
And it's backed into the driveway. I'm unloading stuff in, and I remember loading stuff in and out, and you and Darren are standing in Darren's driveway. You confirmed this, right?
Yeah. We were discussing other things, like how heavy that looked.
So Frankie,
that poor guy, unfortunate soul.
Him and Darren, my neighbor, are standing in their driveway, and they stand, and it's cold, icy.
I don't know if it was icy.
It was like,
yeah, okay, maybe.
It was a little bit. There was moisture. It was cold.
Yeah. None of them had shoes on.
We all had shoes on. But
that shoe don't wear shoes.
Sterling doesn't wear shoes. That kid will go barefoot all the time.
Or pants.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. No,
Anyway, sorry.
He'll pull it out and pee anywhere.
Yeah.
Digressing.
But you and Darren watched me unload a refrigerator and a washer and dryer standing in my neighbor's driveway, maybe 30 yards from the truck.
I mean, it was a great view.
Yeah.
I mean, we had, you know.
It was one of the crappiest things that you could possibly. I mean, walk me through the process of just not offering.
Well, because first of all,
because if you reverse the situation.
Well, the difference between me and you is I would ask for help.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I have no shame.
Yeah, you said, "Hey, you guys want to come over and help me?"
Yeah. But
and I'm not that guy, because I look at it and I'm like, "Hey, like a decent actual human being that's not destined for hell would probably volunteer themselves."
But I didn't know you at the time. I didn't know you were a needy individual.
He made a mistake calling Frankie over here today.
I was gonna say. He's like, I don't think you remember, but every time you have a guest on, this is where it ends up.
Yeah, it always ends up with a roast Brad moment. It's Kendall, or it's Brad.
I'm just saying. Well, but you and I spend enough time together. I know enough. You know.
Would you say I'm a needy person?
Well, I wouldn't say you're a needy person now.
Just in a moment.
I
would say that all of us have moments where we could use
500
some
pounds appliances.
But here's the deal. I wasn't needy because I didn't ask you for help, and I got it done without you because I didn't need you.
You didn't need me, no.
But it just seems like the neighborly thing to do.
It would have. But I didn't know you at the time either.
I don't understand that concept.
You could have been the neighbor across the street that was like an axe murderer or something, and we didn't know you.
He's saying that he didn't want to end up in pieces in the fridge that you were unloading.
Because you're intimidated by me.
Well, something like that.
And I'm a big guy.
You are a big guy.
I could fold you up like a lawn chair, Frankie.
You could. And you know what? I've seen you pick up 4x8 deer stands.
Yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that too.
I can move some stuff.
I'm
kind of built. I have a small head and it's like I wear a small hat size, but a big coat. You know what I mean? That's the kind of friends you want to have. Not very smart, but big, strong.
Actually, you've been a great neighbor. Actually,
in all fairness,
like even though you like to tell this story to everybody who will listen,
Well,
one time
I don't think
the one time I was a crappy neighbor. You want to tell the story?
When it was the first time you had an opportunity to
it was.
People talk about first impressions.
Hey, but how many more times have you called me and asked for help and I've been there?
Frankie, you're going to realize that Brad doesn't ever let go of anything.
I've noticed this.
He's not going to let the stuff about me coming over here and helping him. And he was gracious enough to pay me.
Helping.
Gracious
when you're
enough.
paying someone, it's not help.
If it's discounted, it is.
He's got a point.
Is it?
Part of that is, I mean, it might be 80%.
Haven't you ever heard of a friend discount?
I know, right? I'm just saying, in the accounting side, you got 80% that was actual, maybe paid for, and 20% was friend. It was free.
You two should hang out. Because you guys both are kind of crappy people when it comes to how you deal with friends. You know what I mean? Like, these are two great examples of just what not to do, when it comes to a friendship. I feel like. So, anyway, me and Frankie both are on our neighborhood HOA.
Oh, yeah.
There's only, how many houses do we have?
15?
15 houses in our 15? Neighborhood, something like that.
And there's 5 of us.
I know, there's 5 of us on the OHOA. And we recently voted to add to the bylaws that you can have chickens.
Oh, well, we talked about it. Did we vote that in?
No, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we said we're fine with we're fine.
Well,
Everybody
chickens,
said
but not roosters.
Not roosters.
Not roosters.
There's a difference.
Not
you
roosters.
can't have a rooster, but you can have chickens.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But anyway, so
roosters.
but Frankie, you guys hunt up in northeast Oklahoma, and a lot of people don't realize game that Oklahoma has. But we do have an elk season. We have mule deer. We have whitetail. We have antelope. We have. I had somebody mention about. I had a phone call yesterday with a guy, a business phone call, and he's in Florida. He's like, "Well, you guys don't have alligators in Oklahoma." And I was like, "Well, actually, we do.
Yep.
We do have alligators in southeast Oklahoma, but bears. So a lot of people don't realize Oklahoma has a bear season. We do have a growing and a large black bear population. But where you hunt at, what was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2-3 years ago.
You got a picture.
Yep.
On a trail camera of a black bear.
Of a black bear.
He was color faced too, right?
Huh?
Was he? He wasn't straight all black. He was color faced. Right?
I don't remember.
No, he was like he was a brown.
Yeah, he was
brown. He was brown colored, but he was a color faced black bear.
But let's set this up for people who don't know Oklahoma. Brown bears are what? They're in the south. Well, the bear population's in the southeast.
Yeah, the part. Black bears.
Yeah, black bears. Yeah, the southeast part of the state, right?
Yeah, that's where our bear season actually is legal, is in the southeast part of Oklahoma.
So where we live in the middle, that's like 2.5 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
And I hunt essentially 2.5-3 hours northeast of here. So a bear literally.
How far are you from the Kansas line?
I'm about 10 miles from the Kansas line.
10 miles from the Kansas line.
Yeah. So,
what's the closest Kansas town?
Shakota.
In Kansas?
No, Chautauqua.
Chautauqua?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the street I used to live on.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Chautauqua. So, Elgin is really where you would go to get any type of grain or food.
Elgin, Kansas.
Yeah. So, we're out in the middle of nowhere. So, anyways, that bear was probably drive time 5 to 6 hours from where it should have been to where we hunt. And it was weird because we seen the camera picture and we're like, what in the world? Called the neighbor up there and they said they thought they had seen a track. And to this day, we have hogs real bad, so we have the hog paneling around our feeders. And to this day, that panel that the bear climbed over is still been in
where he climbed over it.
But
you got the pictures, and you contact
we talked to game warden.
Yeah,
and they said
have there been other bears reported in that county?
Yeah, they said maybe 2 or 3 at some point, but It's not something that you see all the time or we probably will ever see again. I mean, I'll be honest with you, if I was up there, I probably would have been like,
made you nervous a little bit.
It would have been maybe like
nerve-wracking.
Little cocaine bear action going on.
Because I've hunted black bear a couple times. The cocaine bear.
I haven't seen that.
Have you
seen
it?
Oh
my God!
Frankie and his friends went to see
Did they go see it in the movie theater?
Yeah.
Oh,
at the theater?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But I want to see it. But anyway,
So I've hunted black bear. I've hunted black bear in North Carolina, and I had an encounter with a male, 250 pounds or so, 300-pound bear, and in North Carolina, hunting obviously a big mountain slope, and we've got some bait. You can't shoot them actively eating the bait, so you can kill them kind of coming and going to it. But we have peanuts and apples, and because you can't use North Carolina's rules are kind of strange on what you can use and stuff like that. But there are some deer below us, and so like behind me, it's 40 foot down.
Okay.
In front of me, it's 20 foot down, right? Like off the front of the tree because we're on this big slope. And I'm looking back and I'm looking at these deer kind of working their way behind me. And my camera guy's name was Heath. He's like, he goes, bear, bear, bear. And so I'm looking, over my shoulder and I turn back and the bear is eye level with me. He's coming down the mountain. And bears are kind of like pigs. They don't see super good.
Okay.
And he caught my movement. And so he just freezes and he's like facing us. He's like 25 yards in front of us, and he just freezes standing there. And so I'm frozen too. I haven't reached my bow or anything. I've just gotten myself straight. And we kind of have this stare off, and I'm just not trying to move, trying to be real still. And all of a sudden, he lunges forward, and he's just like lunges forward, and he takes both of his front paws. He like jumps forward and throws dirt in the air. He's like and like throws dirt, and he's trying to intimidate me to make me move. right? Because he's not sure. Like he's like, I know I saw something move in that tree, don't know what it is. So I just like, but I realized, how quick he lunged forward 5 yards and just threw dirt in the air. I realized before I could grab my bow, hook on, and draw it, he would have me.
He'd be in your chili.
He'd be in my lap.
Oh yeah.
That's how quick he could move and be there. So, I mean, all that being said, you have an encounter with a black bear. Most of the time they're going to run away, but there is an element that this is a bear.
Right, yes.
You know what I mean?
And it's not supposed to be there.
Right, and so if you're in, Pawhuska, Oklahoma, right, and maybe you just ate at Bad Brad's Barbecue.
And you're just smelling extra
and you just
delicious.
Smell a little extra, barbecue-y. You got a little smoke flavor, a little hickory smell to you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Frankie, I just don't see you fighting him off.
I don't either.
You know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you.
He's just going to eat you up, bud.
I mean, I don't either.
Yeah. But it's a cool encounter.
It was. And what's really kind of interesting is, had a friend of mine, she was moving her dad back from South Dakota, and she lives up in that area. And she actually had my truck and trailer, I believe, because she was moving them back. And they actually seen that same bear on Highway 99.
Really?
Yeah, like because it was funny because like a few days later she goes, "You won't believe what we seen." I had to look twice. She goes, "But it looked like a bear, but I seen it again, and it definitely looked like a bear." I'm like, "It was a bear because we have it on camera." Like that bear
crazy.
was, yeah, it's crazy because Highway 99 is, I don't know, 10, 15 miles from our hunting land too. So it had hit our hunting land and kind of bounced back around.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Wow.
There's I will say this, Frankie. I know only one other person that's a worse driver than you, and it's Adam Carter.
Well, no, I beg to differ. I mean,
this is me speaking.
I know what you're speaking, but I've ridden with you, and you think everyone's a bad driver except for you. Am I wrong?
Well, that's probably true.
Everybody thinks that about themselves, though.
There are people that have made comments. I've had multiple people in the passenger seat that were like, bothered by my driving. You
didn't bother
and my
me.
always it's did you die? No.
Exactly.
That's kind of what I say too.
One of the scariest moments
die?
was Frankie got a side by side.
Oh no, this was planned though. This was planned. I did.
Frankie got a side by side. And of course, neighbor wants to show it off, so he's like, "Hey, do you want to go for a ride?" The side by side, it's night. Frankie's, pulls up in the side. He actually drives around through my yard, pulls it right here, picks me up here.
Right, no one picked me up to bring me to this
with all these lights on it. He's got a bunch of light bars and stuff on it. So you look like a naval ship.
I do.
Coming.
No lie. I do.
You do a little bit. Picks me up. And this is what's nice about where we live at is we live in Solo, Southern Logan County. Mm-hmm. Throw up some gang signs. Southern Logan County, where you can do stuff. We hit our side by sides.
Yeah. We have a little more freedom than
we
others.
We do. And so we kind of hit some of the county roads, some of the dirt roads, and we're driving. And you're like, "Hey man," we drive a little bit, and then you're like, "This thing will scoot."
Yeah, I said it'll do 75 miles an hour. Is what I said.
If you're going 75 mile an hour in a side by side, Adam,
how fast do you think we were going that time with Cliff? 55?
Yeah, we weren't.
That's about the fastest I've ever gone.
That double seated Polaris.
That's about as fast as I've ever gone in a side by side.
And that was a near death. That was a life or death situation.
That was a situation.
Yeah. Cliff is diabetic, and he pulled his
insulin pump.
His insulin pump out, and it was like we were trying to get back to an insulin pump because his insides were cooking. And Kendall Jones was buying leggings.
Kendall was buying.
She's sitting in between us.
Everybody copes with stress differently.
Now, in all fairness, Kendall's not here to defend herself, but
she's been on the podcast.
I know. I've heard.
We brought this up.
Yeah. But anyway, so Frankie's like, "This thing goes 75 mile an hour," and I was like, "Oh,
He proved it.
It did.
Oh, we
goes 75.
No, what we did was we were at the stop sign.
Okay.
We actually were at a standstill stop, and I said, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
And pure Brad fashion, he pulls out his phone, and he videos it, right?
Yeah.
We probably have the video somewhere.
I'm sure it's buried in a.
I hope it. I don't know.
I mean, I have the video.
I hope it's buried. But anyways, so we hammer down. I mean, and within like I got it up to like 72, 73.
Was it just Sketch City?
Oh, bro, it's the one.
It rides smooth.
It rides smooth. The road was not smooth.
Yeah, no,
Frankie.
it's so low.
It's a Logan County unmaintained, pothole-filled road, and a side-by-side doing 73 miles an hour.
But the problem is we also have deer out there, which was
you
have to be careful.
I was careful at 73 on this crappy maintained county road.
Buckle up.
It was definitely buckle up situation.
It's not the first time I've gotten it up there.
No, it's definitely not. So Frankie, as my neighbor, what are things that you have learned about the hunting industry that maybe you didn't know before?
Man, I do see. I mean, in all fairness, I see a different side view. I mean, a view of it, especially the show.
Yeah, that's
side.
what I'm saying.
Especially the show side. I see a lot of the back end stuff that. I mean,
because you'll watch an episode and you'll be like, "Dude, that's in the."
Okay, all right. Well, I want to make sure it's okay to say, but yeah, I'll sit there and watch an episode, and I'll be like, "You like trying to make it look like you're out in the middle of the woods." I'll be like, "I was just out in the backyard."
Yeah. We'll be shooting an interview, and I'm setting up a trail camera, or I'm turkey calling, and I'm in my yard.
Yeah, or you're trying to look like you're loading up the side by side with stuff. Like corn or something, and it's right just on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, it's on the other side of that wall right there.
Yeah.
I mean, but Adam does a good job with video editing. So,
It's all about the angle.
It is.
It's all about the angle.
It is. Yeah, no, it is about the angle. We make sure you don't see my house in the background.
And it doesn't.
But on the flip side of it, it's not like there's not wildlife in my yard.
There's more turkey in your yard than I've seen in like all of the 1,100 acres out in Wellston.
No, that's 100%. There's a ton of turkeys out here. We have deer in our yard all the time.
I mean, dude, we like Frankie and I both have almost hit deer literally like between your and I's house.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
We are out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we turned in during, I kind of knew when the rut was kicking off because there was a buck running down the middle of our street, ran into Frankie's yard.
Yeah.
I mean, just
And the turkeys, stupid. I get those turkeys,
Yeah, we get a lot of turkeys that are coming through yards and stuff like that. So anyway, but I will say that, Frankie mentioned earlier that he's not afraid to ask. Frankie is not afraid to ask. Brad?
Yeah, well.
Can you get me a good deal?
That's right, dude. Nothing wrong with that.
Can you get me a good deal?
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
On this, can you find this item? What can I order this from you for? What can I buy this for?
Yeah.
Frankie hits me up often for the old friend deal.
It's a deal.
I do.
Deal finder.
He's a deal finder. Frankie doesn't have a lot of shame.
Ain't got no shame in the game.
I know. But you've also never had to pay me to help you do anything either.
That's true. No, I haven't. I need to take advantage of it more.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
I know. That's what friends do. They don't charge you to do stuff.
They don't. Just trying to keep clearly defined relationship roles.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not real good at that. I'm real good at that at all. But like I remember. I educated you on how to put those blinds up that you had that time. Remember? I got those blinds from you. Got them at a nice little discount. Mm-hmm. I put the first one together.
Oh no, yeah.
And then I was your living
those
YouTube
were
video.
Those were not the Okie Hides. We'll just say that.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say the company's name, but it was a previous partnership.
And they were difficult.
And here's the deal: they may work awesome in other parts of the country. They do not work great in western Oklahoma.
You kept saying that.
No.
You kept saying that because in northeastern Oklahoma they work great.
Right, like because you don't have the same wind.
Right. But when you kept saying that, and I was like, oh, you just probably didn't know what you were doing when you were putting them together, blah, blah,
You
blah.
went out there and
But I went out there with you, and I was like, holy cow. Like, it looked like a tornado through a neighborhood.
I've got several of those that just need to be burned.
There's one out there that I put together, and it's still there, but it's substantial. The bones in that thing are good bones.
And in all fairness, right? I mean, people will be able to probably figure that out, but it wasn't the blind's fault. It was not the company's fault for the way the wind is. And
no, that's what I'm saying. They probably work great other places. They're just not made to withstand
right.
70, 80.
75 mile an hour wind.
It's unfortunate. This is a part of where I'm from. I mean, when the song Oklahoma says the wind comes sweeping down the plains, it ain't no joke, man. Like, you get western Oklahoma, that Texas Panhandle area out there, dude, the wind can blow. I mean, there's days that blow 70, 75.
Yeah.
We just had a tornado come through there, which I still haven't been out there to even make sure all our stuff is still there. So we may not even have anything. Maybe.
Even the Okie blinds may be gone.
Yeah, they may. Well, I text Roy. So that tornado came through, like, it was around Raiden, Cheyenne, Dempsey. Actually hit, unfortunately, killed a man in Cheyenne, Oklahoma. Lost his life to the tornadoes that came through there. Girl that my first ever kiss.
Uh-oh.
First girl I ever kissed in the back of a van coming back from Frontier City.
We're all the best first kisses have.
Kaylin, I was in third grade. I may have been second grade. Second or third grade.
Yeah.
And I kissed Kaylin.
I'm just picturing one of those candy or Pet My Puppy vans.
No, bro, it wasn't nothing like that. It was one of the conversion vans. The back seat, like they had the captain chairs. In the back, and then the back seat was and it folded down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like everybody, they had that was before there were like TV, so people would strap a TV into an actual TV.
Oh yeah. My dad used to do a travel league bowling. And, like, the guy who owns the land we hunt on now, like, who bought it for us to learn how to hunt, like, he had one of those. And so he drives it. I love that thing.
Oh, yeah. So, like, we were watching a movie. And
all the velvet.
We'd strap in a TV. My dad, like, made us, like, a console thing that was, like a board that you could fit the TV on and then the Xbox next to it. And, like, we had, like, a full infotainment system back there. It was legit.
No, so this was a kind of a similar deal.
How old was he, like 15? Because
Adam,
I didn't even
take his hat off. You tell me if you think.
Yeah,
he's 15.
I'm just telling you, an Xbox.
It was like the OG, Xbox.
No.
We were still Ataris.
We were Ataris. This was like before Nintendo.
You're not that far behind me. You maybe were like on Super Nintendos.
No, dude. Like I got my first Nintendo at like 10 or 11. Okay. That's when they came out.
No, me too.
We had Ataris.
My first Nintendo. The Nintendo came out. I remember getting it. And I still lived at Raiden, and so I had to be in like I was probably third grade. About the time it was a good year for me. Got my first kiss, got a Nintendo.
And Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt. Yeah. And I remember I told Kaylin, she broke up with me, and I said, "You're going to regret this." I remember telling her that.
That's when the grudges began.
It was when it began. I still remember.
That's the earliest grudge you have.
I did.
You're gonna regret this.
Well, Kaylin would like to tweet her side of the story.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Tornado took a roof off her house. So guess who won?
Guess. Oh my God. You can finally let that one go.
I'm gonna let it go.
You can let that one go.
We're even now. You broke my heart when I was third grade. But the tornado came through. It did do damage. That was somebody that I personally knew that had damaged their house. And then somebody lost their life out there. But I'm in the middle of it. Like I'm watching, Tornado Payne, David Payne on the news. And be like, all right, it's you're in the bear cage. If you're in Cheyenne, you're in the bear cage. Tornado's coming.
Oh my gosh.
And so the bear cage was happening in Cheyenne, as Tornado Payne, the weatherman, was saying. And I texted Roy because they're like, winds reported at 98 miles an hour in just east of Cheyenne. And I was like, I texted Roy and I was like, bro, the wind's blowing 98, literally 100 miles an hour. I said, I hope those blinds are strapped down good. I hope your strap down system
your chain
good.
method.
Your chain method works. And he just wrote back, no problem.
No problem.
He was confident in them Okie hides, bro.
Confidence.
Like, no issues. He was just, we're good, no problem. Just 100% with it. But anyway, I'm glad those blinds have worked out good for you.
Yeah,
I'm glad I was able to help you get those, and it helped us too, because we were making room for the Okie hides.
And I still got a couple sitting in my driveway that got kind of rolled.
Super white trash.
It is super white trash, but it's not. At least it's in my backyard.
He's actually going to report that to the HOA.
Hey, that's fine. But mine's in the backyard. You're set in the front yard for what, 3-4 months?
No, it wasn't near that long.
Oh,
no. It was like maybe a month.
Okay, maybe. It was enough that even your wife was annoyed with them.
No, it was annoying. I mean, it was annoying. I was
care.
ready to make it disappear, but like you said, you can complain to the HOA, and there's 5 of us on the HOA, and
2 of the votes are sitting right here.
2 of the votes are here, and the other one, Dave's gonna do whatever we want. Dave's
right.
like, I don't care what you do.
That's right.
That's fine. He doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah,
so yeah, we were good there, but I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad you were able to take those off our hands, and you know, all those things.
But in all fairness, man, like I do appreciate it. You know, like it got my kids all brand new, you know, hunting, you know, legit guns, not cheap stuff you go buy at Academy for $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
And
some muzzle loaders
and the optic situation's good. And other than that, man, I mean, like it is kind of, but like with the buck blitz and stuff like that, I mean, I hope they're still.
I mean, you've been able to.
I mean, you know,
I've helped. I feel like I've been able to help you be more successful in the woods, Frankie.
I mean, I feel like I've helped take some stuff out of your garage for you.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I do feel like I've done that.
Have left. You're a Type A guy, and so I feel like I'm not.
I feel like I'm just the opposite of that.
I want to be so bad.
You want to be so bad for the way it looks on the outside, but it's just not the insides.
But no,
yeah. But the things that I'm good at. I'll say so.
Well, everybody's that way. Not everybody. We've talked about it before. It's why you and I work well together.
Yes, I'm very good with people. I'm you can put me in front of 5,000 people. I'm not nervous. I don't get scared. I can talk to anybody. I can walk into almost any situation, and I'm comfortable talking, and I have the innate ability, not everybody, but the innate ability to make people like me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm a likable person.
We talked about it at lunch.
I'm a good visionary.
You're good at bringing people together. You're good at bringing people together.
I'm good at bringing people together. There's things that I'm good at. And I'm a good visionary. Like, I'm a good plan guy. I'm good at even seeing through a plan, like making sure it gets executed, things like that. I am absolute garbage at building anything, woodworking, mechanical garbage. I hate it. I hate doing it.
It's anything that's like remotely resembling a Lego.
I hate Legos.
I know, like the step by, even like when we get into the nitty gritty of like a website development side of things, where it's like, you know, there's step A, B, C, D, E, F, G and stuff, and Brad loves to make a website that's just like, you just throw it out there and it's visual and it's all these elements and it's pretty, like fun stuff. Like, he loves to do that, but then it's like these nitty gritty things. He calls me, he's like, I freaking hate this.
Like what? Like, give me an example of one of them.
Like what we were dealing with yesterday with the driver's licenses and the uploads and all that other stuff.
It was like I hadn't logged into our credit card processing server website in a while, and so it was making me do like all this authentication crap. And so I threw a fit. I was having a moment. I was mad. I was throwing a fit about it.
It's okay. It was dumb.
It was stupid.
It was
like,
dumb.
I hate stupid stuff like that. Yeah. So, but that's an okay example. Well, it wasn't what I was, you know.
But no, I mean, if you even take it down to like framing.
Or
yeah, I don't like it.
Or building those stands. This was very meticulous. We had all the instructions, and there's 400 bolts and nuts and bolts that all have to go in.
That stuff for me is like, ooh, a giant Lego.
Yes,
a giant Lego.
Like
put it together. It's like, no, he's just getting.
Yeah.
He does not. It's not a Brad thing.
I would rather. That's when I start looking for other things to do.
So you go full Steve Bullard?
Oh, 100%. My phone rang.
I got a phone call.
Take this, man. Good luck with it. I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm out of there. I say all that to say this. Usually your shop, because most of us in the neighborhood have a shop. Came with our house. What a great idea.
Right.
Right. So if you didn't want your shop, they give you a discount on your house, but shops came with the homes.
Right.
And so we both have a shop building. Yours is substantially more organized. Mine's an absolute train wreck.
Well, mine gets that way, but that was kind of the deal was.
But that's when you stay up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning out there in your shop.
That's right. And I can build blinds in that shop at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah, you do. And you can.
Sucker either you or the other neighbor to help me load them after they're put together and wait.
No, I don't have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with that. That's what I'm built for. All right, I'm not that smart.
We discussed that.
Yeah, I'm built to carry heavy stuff. I'm good at carrying heavy stuff. Like you said, you saw me pick up that blind and move it by myself.
I did.
And it's pretty impressive. I'm good at those things. This is me asking for help. I need to pull this pickup out and just completely reorganize the shop building.
Well,
wait, should me and you just go for it?
How about y'all do that? I will get
maybe
a beverage
at that point
and
he'll
a lawn
stop
chair.
bugging me about
but here,
helping about charging him to.
I would never bring it up again if you did.
That's
that.
bull crap.
I would never bring it up. But how do you know, bro? How do you know?
Because it's in there. It's inside.
Deep
in there.
Have I ever brought up the fact that Kaylin broke my heart before? I haven't just brought that grudge up.
You did.
Oh, I've heard
I brought
it
up
to
you. Shut up, Frankie.
I have heard that.
You shut up. I have not ever talked about that.
I believe Frankie.
I've never talked about that ever. Stupid. You're so dumb.
Anyways,
what's bad right now is like my shop. It's killing me.
It's a train wreck.
Brad's seen it. It's.
I walked in and I just smiled. I was like,
well, mine's not as clean as I'd like it to be, but I also did have to clean up some.
Well, mine looks like a bomb went off.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
hate when that happens.
There's the jerky machines in there. That whole table's full of junk, and then there's all the tools are everywhere, and then there's shower surrounds and faucets and wood burning stove and wood scraps and just there's junk. There's dirt everywhere. It's just it's a hot mess.
But see, that's post deer season for me. Post deer season for me is get back, throw everything out because it's all got to be washed, reorganized.
Mine's post deer season.
I mean,
post turkey season, post shed season, post waterfowl season, post dove season.
Oh man!
Post.
You would hate the way I clean because my whole family hates the way I clean because I pull everything out.
Honestly, that's what I want to do.
And then I blow it all out.
Can we? I will feed y'all incredibly well. I'll keep you incredibly hydrated.
Yeah.
All right. Can we pull everything out and start over?
Oh, I'll be happy to pull it all out, but you have to put it all back
because you got to know where it's at.
No, it's a joint thing, but we would decide together.
It wouldn't take that long. It's not that bad.
Yours is only half because you.
It's not half.
Well, maybe a third because you took this. And
I took 12 feet.
For people who don't know, Brad took his shop and he made this phenomenal area.
Yeah,
I knew it was coming.
I paid Adam.
I knew it was coming.
At me. I say I paid Adam. Helped. I paid Adam, and then Brett Will brought his entire electrical crew, did all the electric for free.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes,
unbelievable. All of it for free.
But it looks
and then
good. Also
Brant Hill, and some of his crew, another incredible friend. Just what a blessing to me and my family he is. They came and did some drywall. Helped me with I couldn't get all the way up to the top. They brought their crew in, did all that, painted for me. Just incredible. Jason Carricker donated the flooring to me, so the carpet in here was donated as well. Just a huge blessing that those folks were to me.
You left me out. I helped you hang the aoudad.
Frankie, that was a scary night.
That was scary. We were on 2 ladders.
We were on 2 ladders, and Frankie, you.
It was sketchy at the bare minimum. It was sketchy.
I don't know what you were celebrating that night, Frankie, but you'd been celebrating.
Well.
So I didn't realize that when I asked you to come and help me hang that audit.
Oh, that's a bunch of crap there, Brad. I'm
15
call
feet
you out
in the
right
air.
now on that one.
But we got it done, Frankie. We got it done. That was sketch.
It
that
was like
sketchy.
What, midnight, 1 in the morning. We got it done.
It was
late.
It
looks good though.
It does look good. He's a big old audit.
Look at that. Look at the peak.
A big old chaps. I don't know. You guys can't see it, but I do have a giant audad.
And I would like everyone to know that the reason it is centered is because of me. okay? Because Brad would have just thrown it up there.
No, that's not true. Stuff like that bothers me. Like I can't walk by pictures that are crooked. Like there's things that what does that make me? Like because those things bother me.
That's how I am.
It's not OCD. It's definitely not OCD, but it's just the way things look matters to you.
It is important to me. I like stuff to look nice.
I mean, that's all on all fronts. It's the way things look matter to you.
But then why do I let like my building get to way it is?
Because no one sees it but you.
You can shut the door and forget about it. It's like an attic.
Yeah.
It's a great representation of my life.
You whitewashed tomb.
I'm not arguing it, man. I can't even argue. I can't argue anything that you said.
Your shop's not that bad.
Bro, you ain't been in there.
Oh, you're right. I haven't been in there in a few
But it's really not. Like, it's just clutter stuff. Like, it's just, there's just lots of things that need to be put into a place.
Because like with mine, I got my Great Plains Kubota tractor sitting in there.
Yeah.
Good shout out GP, baby.
That's right.
GP.
And then I got my side-by-side. Mm-hmm. I got my four-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
And I got all my tractor implements are in there, right? And then all my hunting stuff. So really, a lot of that stuff on the floor, like I got rid of all my mowers and stuff. So like I made a lot of room there, but you know,
it needs a major overhaul, and I need help with it. And so this is me publicly asking for some help from you guys. You guys, for
us or all your
no. I don't. I'm not letting people come to my house. You kidding me?
So we're special.
Hey, remember that time that happened?
What's that?
The time the guy came to your house to, what was it he came and got? And April answered the door.
Oh, that was a guy bringing money.
Money for
you. He
donated money and he brought it to the house.
Your house burned down, and he found me.
He found you.
He found me.
That was a thing.
He was a fan of the show, and we were doing the raising money for Adam because his house obviously had burned. So we were doing a deal, and instead of donating, he
wanted to bring him a check.
Wanted to bring a check.
Yeah, Venmo
and I told him that he could. He was kind of old, I guess a little bit of an older gentleman, probably in his 60s. And I told him you could. He's like, I want to deliver it, and I said, well, you can take it to First Baptist Wellston, or let me know and I can meet you somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know how he found me, but the dude showed up at my house. April answered the door, and he just basically like introduced himself, says I wanted to give this check for Adam, whatever. She's like, okay, takes it, and then he like sends me a message, and he like through, I think it was like Facebook, whatever. And he said, hey, I dropped that check off at your house. And I was like,
you can find those things.
They wanted to save a stamp.
What, bro? Like, you showed up to my house. So anyway, I know there's a lot of people who know about where I live at, because people see me all the time. I actually had an Edmond PD officer sent me a message. And I was on Waterloo, and there was a Edmond PD officer following me. So, like, I'm watching my speed limit and all that stuff. And he had messaged me. He's like, hey, good job not speeding on Waterloo. He's like, just want to tell you I'm a big fan of the show or whatever.
Just want to tell you, big fan of the show. Also slow down.
Yeah, also slow down. I got an Oklahoma City officer pull me over one time, and he was like, hey, I pulled you over because I'm a fan of the show.
Thanks. I'm late now.
Yeah. I mean, he did. He was like, man, you're doing a little bit over, but I'm a big fan of the show. I just wanted to say hi.
I think you abused your power for the celebrity.
All right, cool, man. Cool.
I'll tell you, I mean, I know Adam spends a lot more time with you on a business standpoint, but it is kind of amazing to me how, like, when we go places, like, there will be people who recognize you. Like,
it's everywhere.
Like that, yeah. It really is. Like, there was one time Brad was being a good friend. Come on down. It was the day I bought the side-by-side.
Yeah, you had a vehicle issue.
Right. I blew, I don't remember. They had just detailed the side-by-side, and I had owned it on my trailer for about 15 minutes. And something happened where, I don't know what happened, but anyways.
I had to come and hook onto the trailer.
The oil, somehow I blew either the oil pan or something. And I blew oil all over the side-by-side and behind me. And so I had to park it. The tow truck wanted to charge me way too much to tow the trailer with it. And so I'm sitting like, dude, we were down by the Capitol, I think.
Oh yeah, you're little hoodie.
Yeah, we were hoodie. We were hoodie. And like literally I'm just sitting there with my trailer in the hood in my new side by side.
Yeah, I came and got you.
Yeah, I know, and old Brad came and got me, and like, I mean, this dude pulled up and goes, "Man, I like your show." And like I said, we were.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you know this or not, Frankie, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Well, you like to remind us of that. I do.
Kind of a big deal. People know me.
Yeah.
People know me.
But I remember your mom saying that you think you're a big deal.
Did my mom say that?
Yeah, dude. Your mom and I used to have conversations all the time. I loved her to death. But anyways,
Brad thinks he's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, but your mom, she loved you as a son, but she didn't think you were as big a deal as you thought you were.
I don't feel like
that's what mamas are supposed to do.
I know.
Keep you humble. My mom would keep you humble.
Oh, she would.
My mom would keep you humble.
She will.
She would humble anybody.
No, yeah. She'd humble you.
And she'd almost always be right.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I probably do think a little too much of myself, you know.
Hey, why don't we?
That's why I every now and then I try to bring it back down too.
I see that. Me too. That's what I'm here for.
That's what this time's for. Frankie and I actually talked and said, hey, we need to make sure.
So have I been doing better? That's why we haven't had a guest.
Yeah. I haven't had to coordinate with somebody in a long time.
Our last podcast, you were like, starting to get some vibes from Brad.
I need to bring somebody in.
A little too much.
Yeah.
And so you said, hey, let's have a guest and
get the old chainsaw out. Bring the axe. We got to take a few notches off here.
Well, I don't know how long y'all playing this, but that phone call I got about 30 minutes ago was,
Yeah.
Did you have an important phone call?
No,
he was saying
before y'all before the podcast started.
Oh yeah, no, I just called. And I didn't even really ask Adam. Adam was worried about it. He was like, "Man, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? You know, where's this going to go? You know?" And I was like, "Man, it's just like all our podcasts."
Frankie's a bit of a wild card. You never know what you're going to get.
A bit of a wild card. You never know. You never know what
That's
you're going to get from the Frankster.
And you know,
you're that Uno card I'm afraid of.
I know that draw 4.
Yeah, you're that draw 4 wild. That's you, buddy. You're the draw 4 wild.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
You're kind of infamous a little bit.
I am.
You are a little bit infamous.
Yeah. People know me, like in baseball especially.
Yeah, people know me. I'm kind of a big deal.
No, not that.
I'm kind of a big deal in the 9U circle of baseball.
No. I'm talking about like the hyperactivity, the loudness.
Yeah,
that's how I'm known.
You do have kind of a jitteriness about you.
I do.
You kind of have this bounce thing you do when you talk.
That's how you know I don't do the actual weed situation you were talking about.
That's true.
I am not
so you smell
calm and mellow.
You don't smell like it today.
No, because I hadn't done anything today.
Right.
I was actually doing other work today.
Yeah.
But that's how you know I don't actually partake because I bounce off the walls pretty much.
That's true. And I've, like your son Hunter has been over here before, and he's like, we were eating dinner, and we're like, hey, man, have you ate yet? And he's like, no, I haven't ate yet. And I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, Dad's cooking. He said dinner will be ready about 11.
Yeah, dude. I don't
PM.
But it's worth it.
VPM.
So were you like smoking a brisket or something?
Whatever. I mean, I literally will start cooking around 6, 7 o'clock, and we don't eat till 10, 11 o'clock on the weekends.
Yeah. I remember when my dad came over. What was my dad over here for that day? And you were like, hey, Frankie, you want to meet a KCBS certified master judge? And he's like, I got a brisket going right now.
Well.
We took him over there, and he's like, tell me everything.
Well, but you liked it. You liked it, though.
It was good.
I do not. I have no recollection of it.
You don't remember this?
I remember
I remember what it was. So I borrowed Frankie's roller.
Yeah,
that's right. Borrowed your roller.
Was I even here?
Yeah, you were even
here.
You came over.
Yeah, you were here. You
came over.
It was when we brought it back.
Yeah, you brought it back.
We brought it back.
And I was here for this.
And we got it out, and we were in Frankie's house, and Frankie had just pulled a brisket.
I do remember.
Pulled a brisket out, and so he sliced a chunk of it off. And he's like,
remember.
Tell me about, what do you think? And my dad's kind of like, what, your texture? And he just starts kind of going. And
we left,
Frankie's just like,
and when we left, he was like, garbage. Your dad was like, absolute.
No, I did. Hey, I made 2 briskets Monday for the Oklahoma City University baseball team.
Okay.
No,
and
really?
they turned out.
Yeah.
They turned out bad.
Hey.
They liked it, but they turned out bad.
Hey, you want to do a brisket for the OCA high school baseball team on Monday?
On Monday?
Yeah.
What's
we're hosting the whole team and the coaches.
Here?
Yeah, at the house.
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to do that? We'll do a brisket.
What time are they coming?
That evening after practice.
Okay, good.
Like 6.
Like, see, I had to start this brisket at like midnight.
You got to try that 4-hour Myron Mixon method, man. It'll change your life.
Really?
That's what my dad's been doing. He cooked briskets for our youth event that we had. Made 4 briskets and did it's a 4-hour cook and then a 6-hour rest or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but like they were absolutely incredible.
I would like to try it. Well, see, the briskets,
absolutely incredible.
The 2 briskets I bought were like they were trash. They had a lot of fat in them.
Yeah.
Like in between, like not, you know what I mean? Not just the outside. I knew I was in trouble.
Yeah.
When I opened those things up at 11 p.m. and they had to be ready. Like the next day.
Rut-row.
That was it. I knew it was going to be bad.
But they liked them. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it is. Because I was able to slice what I could, and then the rest of it I was able to.
Anyway, we're feeding the whole OCA baseball team, so there's going to be 18 kids and both coaches.
All right.
Good brisket. Good brisket's worth.
One brisket will work, yeah.
One brisket's worth.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
40.
Just do some beans and beans and potato salad.
Yep.
Super easy.
It is.
Yeah.
Unless you cook like I do. And then everything takes forever, and it's fresh. Nothing's easy at my house.
Nothing.
Well, it is at my house.
Well, you can do your potato salad.
It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy here.
It just got easy because he just passed
it
off on me.
I don't know what you guys are. Wait, I don't know if you guys picked up on that or not.
I did notice that.
Real quick, dump that into Frankie's lap.
Yeah.
Speaking of dump things in your lap, it would be awesome too if this building was done by Monday. Maybe we could get
Chip,
that.
chop, chip.
Just be nice. Like I have the truck pulled out. We can set up the ping pong tables in there. The guys can hang out. I got the weights, and maybe some guys want to throw up some weights.
Would be nice, but I'm gonna be at baseball all weekend.
Well, I am too. I gotta go to Chickasha baseball tournament.
Adam ain't doing anything.
Yeah, Adam don't do nothing. So Adam,
thanks, appreciate it.
Just nothing happening.
Yeah, bring the fam over, bro. Bring the kids over.
Make it a party.
Your kids probably.
That's always the way that you make. Yeah, just bring the whole family. It makes it okay.
Yeah, your kids can play on the zip line out here while you clean up my.
While you clean up my shop for me. Appreciate that.
Adam, how do we even remotely begin to tie this into anything spiritual?
How do we tie this into anything spiritual? What stuck out to me a little bit ago.
Are you going to tell Frankie to turn or burn?
Frankie, we need to witness to you right now. We'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I think when we were talking about how we chip each other down a little bit. And it's like it's funny and stuff, but there is something in that element. It's like you see somebody going the wrong way, you want to be like, hey, a good brother, a good friend looks at you and goes, hey, you're an idiot. Like, you need to come back down. We need to bring you back down to reality. And we see that happen. Like, there's that idea.
We're just continuing to pick on me.
No, I'm not.
We're both looking at you.
I'm not.
Picking on
I'm
you.
not.
Everybody's looking at me.
What am I supposed to look at?
He's even looking at me. Look at this guy.
Judging you. Look at him. He's just judging. Judging you.
Bro.
Look, you're getting a cross-eye from the Dad.
Oh, man. Like everybody.
Getting side-eyed. I feel like all the eyeballs are on me right now.
Look at
That's not
this snow goose.
That's not me. That's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's kind of what I was thinking of.
I agree with that. Like, there has to be. What's important is having people in your life that you can honestly have. They can call you out on your stuff. Having people in your life that can call you out on your stuff that you actually respect, because what happens, especially in our society today, where everybody feels like they can just call everybody out, especially like social media. You know what I mean? Like, I disagree with something or whatever, people would just hop on and be a keyboard warrior. But having people in your life that you trust, that you that know you and you have a relationship with, you have that relationship that you can say, hey man, like you need to check this in your life. Like, this isn't good. You know, you need to check this. It is really, really important, you know, because it's easy to get in a place where, you know, where pride becomes an issue or whatever it might be. Like, having people in your life that you're doing life with in that manner is really, really important, because all of us need it.
I think being real, like having somebody you can be real with.
Yeah.
Like even though we goof off and all that, like I mean, I feel like we're all probably pretty real around each other.
Yeah. No, 100%.
There is no
100%.
trying to fake nothing.
No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. And you need those people in your life that know that you are able to be real with. Because I'll be honest, like, you're talking about people recognize me. I'll be out doing this. Somebody pulls up, like we're hooking onto a trailer because your pickup's broke down, and somebody pulls up and says, "Hey man, love your show. Want to meet you," kind of a thing. And it's, for me, it's hard sometimes to be real with people, just because I when I say being real, it's hard sometimes because I'm there's always referred to as persona Brad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to have this
Persona Brad.
Mm-hmm. Persona Brad's a very real thing. Like, there's this expectation of who I should be, how I should act, how I should respond, all those things. And so there's persona Brad, and then there's real Brad. Not that there's this giant distinction between the two, but it's hard to be real.
One of them tries to be Jesus, and the other one allows Jesus to be Jesus. One of them is like trying to prop himself up and be, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then the other one's like, hey, look at him, look at him, look at him. Like, that's that aspect that we've talked about before in the past.
Well, I don't even know if it's so much of the other one is saying, I'm trying to be Jesus. It's just that there's an expectation that people place on you to be a certain thing, to say to act a certain way all the time. And when in reality, like, I do get frustrated. I do get tired. I don't always want to talk to people. I don't always, you know what I mean? Like, depending on what's going on, I'm not always, I'm not always persona Brad.
Right.
That's what I was thinking of was James 5:19 says, "My brothers, if anyone among you wanders from the truth and someone brings him back, let him know that whoever brings back a sinner from his wandering will save his soul from death and cover a multitude of sins."
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like, that's kind of like the idea I was thinking about. When you see somebody that is struggling and you're like, hey, I want to bring you back from this stuff because it's going to cover this. Like, we don't go this way. We need to follow him.
Right, and that happens through a relationship.
And it happens through the realness that we were talking about.
Yeah, being real, being able to be real with people. People be like, hey man, like, this is, you need to check this attitude, this action, whatever it might be. It's important for us to have those people in our life that can, help draw us back. You know, because we've talked about this all the time. Satan's really good at what he does. He's a really good liar. He's a really good deceiver. He's really good at those things. And we give him the opportunity, he's going to lie to us and he's going to deceive us.
Yep.
What do you think of that?
It's good stuff.
That was a pretty good close on a podcast.
I think so. Thank you, Frankie.
You're welcome.
I feel like the podcast should be named Frankie.
I think it should be called the best podcast ever.
The best podcast ever.
I don't know. We've had some really good podcasts,
but none as good as this.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know.
Still.
I mean, I'd watch this one.
Where there's a will, there's a way. It's still my favorite one of all time. With Brett
is a
Will.
good one. That good one, Brett, is awful good. Awful good. And
one we talked about me losing to the one-armed guy in golf when I was in high school.
It is good.
That's a great podcast. Adam, how can people find you?
Find me at Hurley Films on all of the social medias. HearlyFilms. And
Frank. I don't even know. I mean, would you? I don't know.
Here's how people find me. They just come to your house and go across the street.
Okay, so if you want to
find me,
stalk me,
just
go across the street and look for the white trash deer blinds in the yard. You'll see them over the privacy fence. That's not super private. Keeping the blinds set up taller than the privacy fence. You'll see them. You can find Final Descent Outdoors. Obviously, you can go to our website, finaldescentoutdoors.com. You can order merch. There you can support what we're doing, sign up for our newsletter, all those fun things. And then you can also follow us on Instagram at FD Outdoors, Twitter at FD Outdoors, and you can search Final Descent Outdoors on Facebook, and then also Final Descent Outdoors on YouTube. So make sure you give us a subscribe there. This was fun. Thanks for being here, Frankie. Thanks for being my neighbor.
You're welcome.
Oh, won't you be my neighbor?
There's probably copyright on that.
Well, this one just got canceled. It was the best one ever until that moment.
So you ruined it.
Sorry about that, guys. All right. Anything else?
No,
I'm just waiting for you to fade it out.
Just to take us home?
Yeah.
Frankie, can you hit the number 4 button for me, buddy? Take us out.
What's that?
and only rest eternal.